is a flooded intersection right down the street from a house that has an Eveready flood control system. As you can see, all of the neighbors up and down the street are all pumping water out. WBBM News is here so that they can take a picture and show how bad and terrible the situation is. Every single home on this block has got water. They've sandbagged the area with the exception of one. The one house that hasn't gotten any water is right next door to this pump that's coming back and coming up through the house and following right down there. The house that doesn't have any water is because it has a flood control system. See no pumps around the house. That's their catch basin. And up over here you see the flood control. By the way, the flood control is just behind the sandbag wall. And on the flood control you have a grass recess cover so that you don't have to see the system. Sorry for the little bit of a delay. We just happened to see the boaters coming down the street and thought it was amusing. But this line that you're looking at now is a pump that's coming from the house right next door to the flood control that we showed you. They're pumping out their basement, and according to what they say, they have maybe a foot and a half of water still downstairs in the basement besides the pumps running. Now the house right next door is the house we're going to go into. Now I'm going to show you the dry basement. And this section here over the sandbags is again where the flood control was. Now opened up the flood control cover. And as we come closer, you can see that there's a manhole basin with steps and a flood control valve which is connected to the sewer line. Now being connected to the sewer line, it serves the purpose of stopping back pressure from the city sewer from backing up into the home under conditions such as these. Now, underneath that square plate that you see, there's a flood control valve which is now in the closed position and is stopping all back pressure from the city sewer from coming into the house. Through the opening that you see up on the top there, the round part is the overflow opening, which is letting water coming from the house and the drain tiles go down into the pump. The pump is turning on and pushing this water back into the flood control system in front of the closed valve. Now, under normal conditions of just a heavy rainstorm, if this pump should fail, the water would store in the manhole basin on the outside here. This pump is working so hard only because the river is a half a block away and the whole sewer system is flooded. These are very unusual conditions. However, the basement is still dry. Well, what you see here is the actual basement of the home that has the flood control. This basement's perfectly dry. No seepage. No water in the laundry tubs. And they didn't even have to take the TV out of the basement. This is a picture of our control panel. That bottom light that you see running right now is showing that the pump is outside working. Whenever the pump is turned off, the light will go out. The center light that you see on simply means that there's power going out there and that it's ready to work. But in just a second again, you'll see the bottom light come on just like there, and right now that pump is outside, pumping water away from the home and back out towards the city sewer. The switch that you see in the center is an on-off switch, and the bottom switch is so that you can test the pump from the inside the home, that if you would like to try your motor and make sure that it's all set and working fine for you, that's what that's for.
I don't don't have to, you know, break my back anymore coming down here and with buckets, mops and everything. I was able to vacuum while everybody else was getting flooded up. And this is the best investment, well worth the money, and I recommend it highly to anybody because it was a backbreaker to clean up after every time I had a flood down here. And it feels so good. And like I said, my husband worry at work calling me up, then I would get worried. Had to have the family come here, grab whoever we could to help us get this water out. Now we don't have that worry anymore. And that's exactly the truth.
And it is also true that every single home on this block, except for yours, has got water.
Everybody cannot believe that I am sitting so close to the river that I am the only one that did not get water in my basement. The people want to come in and see for themselves. They didn't take my word, they had to see it for themselves. My girlfriend's husband had to come here, and when he seen it, he said he automatically wants to have one put in. He couldn't believe it. Nobody could believe it without coming here, and to see it in this type of storm that we had are amazed.
And the storm's still going on right as we talk right now.
I got water surrounding me, it's up to my garage, and my house is dry as a bone.
Okay.
So it's well worth it.